So we were talking about letter D, how Vajrayana or Tantra is different from Paramitayana. And the first point is that there are practices for developing wisdom and method in one consciousness. And also the significance of that, why that's important, is because the goal that we're trying to reach is enlightenment, Buddhahood, and in the state of enlightenment, Buddhahood. Have you heard of the different kayas, different bodies of a Buddha? Yeah, I better write this on the board because it's not here. There's different ways of explaining the kayas. So this word kaya is a Sanskrit word, and it's sometimes translated as body, but that term body is misleading because I think we think of body as like, our bodies made of flesh, blood, bones. So for an enlightened being, it's not like that. They don't have this kind of body. So these are two bodies a Buddha has, or two kayas. Dharmakaya. Dharma can mean, sometimes it's translated as truth body. That's one translation. Truth body. And then rupa kaya. Rupa means form. So this is usually translated as form body. So this is the most kind of simple, basic way of explaining enlightenment, the kayas. So the Dharmakaya, or the truth body, refers to the mind of a Buddha, the Buddha's mind. And this mind is, of course, not like our minds. It's a completely pure, free of all delusions, free of karma, free of obscurations.
Clear and knowing.
Sorry?
Clear and knowing.
Well, we have clear and knowing. Our mind is clear and knowing. But a Buddha's mind is much more clear and knowing than we do. Okay. Yeah. So Buddha's mind is really clear because there's no anger, there's no greed, there's no ignorance. So all the delusions have been cleared away completely, and all the obscurations and all the suffering, all the karma. So all the faulty things have been cleared away from the Buddha's mind. And then all the positive things, love and compassion and wisdom and so on. So they've been fully developed, fully perfected. Also, it's said that a Buddha's mind is omniscient, meaning that a Buddha sees everything that exists every moment. We have to see one thing after another, one thing at a time. Think about one thing at a time. Buddha's mind is able to see everything, just like totally open and aware of everything that exists in every moment. So Buddha's mind is pretty amazing. So Dharmakaya refers to that, the mind of a Buddha. Then the second kaya is the Rupakaya, the form body. And there's actually different kinds of form bodies. This gets complicated, but let's just keep it simple. So form body would be a manifestation. So Buddha is able to manifest different forms in order to help sentient beings. So some of these forms might be like a Buddha, looking like this. So this is actually a form body of a Buddha. Looking, have this golden light body, wearing robes of a monk and so on. So this is a form body. But a Buddha could manifest in other forms as well, even an animal, or a tree, or a star, anything. Buddha is able to manifest any kind of form at all. And it's only not just for fun or to show off, but it's to help sentient beings. So when a Buddha sees that a certain sentient being is ready to be contacted, to be connected with, the Buddha can manifest in a form that will communicate something to that person or that being. So there's many different kinds of Rupakaya, but they're all included in that Rupakaya form body. And the Rupakayas are manifested from the Dharmakaya. So the Dharmakaya, the mind of the Buddha, manifests, appears in these forms. And they are said to be one nature, one entity, which means, this is a term that is used a lot in Buddhist philosophical texts. When you have two things that are one nature, it means they arise at the same time, they abide at the same time, they disappear at the same time. So a simple example would be my robe. This is called a zen in Tibetan, this upper part of the robe. So it's red or Bordeaux, I don't know what you call this color, maroon, Bordeaux, maroon, okay. So this maroon zen, okay, the zen itself is cloth, okay, and the color of it, the maroon color of it, they are one nature. They're actually two different things. The cloth and its color are two different things. Because one is an object of touch. I can touch it, I can feel it. The other is an object of seeing. We see the color, we feel the cloth. So they're actually two different things, the color and the cloth. But even though they're two different things, they are inseparable. You can't have the color over here and the cloth over there. So they're like inseparable. That's the meaning of one nature. So in two things, they're two different things, but they're inseparable. So that's the case with the two kayas, the Dharmakaya and the Rupakaya. They're inseparable because it's the Dharmakaya that appears in the forms of the Rupakaya, and they're inseparable. It's hard to understand. I can't say that I really understand it myself, but you know, if there was a Buddha manifesting here in this room, manifesting as a shape, you know, a tree or a Buddha, okay, he could manifest here. So his Dharmakaya is also here. Buddha's Dharmakaya is there as well. They're inseparable. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they say. In the Lamrim, they say the Buddha manifests as our gurus, our teachers. They are manifestations of the Buddha.
So did you say it again? The two kayas are
one nature.
One nature.
They're different things because the Dharmakaya is mind or consciousness. Rupakaya is some kind of form,
right,
although it's sometimes just subtle form, not gross form, a subtle form. But they're two different kind of phenomena, but they are one nature. They are inseparable. So this is what happens when we become enlightened. When we become enlightened, each one of us will have a Dharmakaya and we'll have Rupakaya. We'll have both of those, and they're inseparable. And so because of that, this is our goal. This is what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to reach. So it's said that the causes that we need to create for attaining that goal have to be similar, in the sense that we need to develop a mind that is inseparable from... Okay, so when you do deity yoga, as I said before, you meditate on emptiness. So that's your mind meditating on emptiness, experiencing emptiness. And then that mind arises in the form of the deity, Chenrezig or Manjushri or Vajrasattva, whatever the deity is, okay? And they are one nature, one entity. The mind, understanding emptiness, and this appearance, the body, the deity. So this is what you do while you're practicing Tantra, while you're working your way towards enlightenment. And because the causes you're creating and the cause is this union of, body and mind in one nature. That is then, and I'm not saying this very well. Say it's necessary that the causes are similar to the result. The result is, this union of body and mind, one nature, one entity. So the causes also need to be this kind of union, one entity of body and mind. Does that make sense? And this is why the tantric teachings, tantric explanations, they say that this is why not just why Tantra is more powerful, but it's also a more accurate practice for attaining the goal. It's more correct, it's more compatible with the goal. The goal is mind and body, one nature. So while we are practicing towards that goal, we are also practicing having mind and body in one nature. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah. Because it said that the method, compassion, bodhicitta, the first 5 perfections and so on. Method is the cause for the rupakaya. And wisdom, the wisdom, understanding, emptiness, is the cause for the dharmakaya. That's another reason why we need to have both method and wisdom. Okay? Method brings about the rupakaya, wisdom brings about the dharmakaya. Okay? And having them together in one practice, being able to experience this union of method and wisdom in one mind, one consciousness, is appropriate for the goal that we're trying to achieve, the result that we're trying to achieve, the state of enlightenment where we have the 2 kayas united in one mind, one experience. Yeah. So it said that Vajrayana is very powerful because the cause is concordant with the result. So at the time of practicing, creating the causes for Buddhahood, one is doing practices that are similar to or concordant with the result that one is aiming for. Being enlightened with these 2 kayas that are one entity, inseparable. So that's probably enough for today, right? That's kind of mind-blowing. But hopefully inspiring as well. Yeah?